guys? Exalted here, and in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be spectating a random in this game. Now, I'm going to be kind of talking about their strategy, what they did well, what they didn't do well, and I'm pretty much just going to be kind of judging and critiquing their gameplay so that you guys can learn from them, and who knows, maybe I might learn a few things or two. So, I'm going to go ahead and just suicide and jump off the map real quick so that I can get to spectating as quickly as possible. Jump over the water. And yeah, so I was thinking of making this a series as a lot of you guys would like to see stuff like this. I've had a lot of comments asking me to do this, so if you guys are one of those people, definitely let me know if you like this type of video, and I'll go ahead and do some things. I might know a glitch so that I can actually permanently spectate in arena mode. I'm not exactly sure if it's worked. I haven't even tried it yet. But if you guys would like that as well, I would be very stoked to make videos like that. So I'll go ahead and just jump off right here, and we'll get to spectating our first opponent. Alright, let's see who we're with. We got Alfredo197. He dropped Disco House in Factories 2.0. He's got nice early game loot. So right now it just looks like he's looting up. I don't think he's actually contested, so honestly he doesn't really have much to do. He's farming all of these chairs, which is really good because it does give you a decent amount of metal and materials, and materials are pretty scarce when it comes to this game mode, just regular solos, as opposed to getting Siphon and stuff like that. So he's got a deagle, he doesn't have a shotgun yet, and he has a heavy AR. He's got an AK. I wonder if he's going to go ahead and switch that out. I'll pretty much just probably skip until something actually starts happening. And yeah, see you guys in a sec. Alright, so he does hear somebody right next to him. He's actually building on top of the house. He's going to go ahead and try to get height. Nice quick little 180. Not afraid to run through mats, which is definitely good. Goes for a deagle to break that. Usually you'd go for a deagle and a shot. It looks like he's going to be using his deagle as a shotgun. So he's holding high ground, he's looking for edits. I think this player might actually win the game. Based on his gameplay style, he's definitely capable of winning the game. He has full health, and if he can hit his deagle shots, he can do a lot of damage. That could be a very smart grenade play, which it actually was. Might go for a double edit here. The player's gonna build up. Nice, he boxed him, got a trap. That was really good. As you can see, he's just making sure he holds high ground. That player just, I think he played themselves. He took 99 fall damage. Nope, he's got 1 HP. Alfredo, super smart with the grenade. He's going to put him in one spot so they rain down on top of him. And he sees, there you go. He put it in the corner, actually. Very smart with the grenade launcher. He kept high ground. It wasn't that difficult for him it didn't seem too difficult for him to keep high ground, and he played that really slow and really smart. Instead of just running in, trying to take a wall and just 50-50ing the fight, he used his grenade launcher to like really make sure he was safe and could get good damage on the player. So very good plays by him. Now the opponent was just in a bad situation that entire time. If I was the opponent, I would have tried to, when he's building up, he could have put pyramids above himself, and Alfredo would have been trapped behind the pyramids, giving the opponent some easy high ground. So that's just one little thing the opponent could have done to keep that high ground, especially since he did have a combat. He would have been able to jump inside Alfredo's box and most likely get a really easy kill. So I'll go ahead and skip to where more action starts, or when he starts rotating, and yeah, see you guys in a sec. So right now, I can tell that he is actually rotating towards Happy Hamlet, looking to get some more loot, maybe more kills. But real quick about rotations I want to talk about. So the bus dropped, I believe it went about in this direction, meaning that most players will actually hot drop. So there's probably the most amount of players in this area right here. Most players drop as soon as possible so they can just get some action, get into kills. This means that because of this zone, it is actually going to be forcing all players into this line. Now the more players there are in these areas, the more people will show up at this line when zone closes. So because this was a hot drop, the most amount of players are going to be in this triangle right here. So this part of the line is going to be very, very busy. So one smart move that I noticed he made is very early on, he actually rotated away from this line. This will make it so that he doesn't get caught up in kills, and it'll make it so he can actually go for that win. If you were going for kills, you'd want to be on this line here, waiting for players to come to you so you could get more kills. But he's going a little bit central and a little bit away from where people are going to get pushed. So that's just a little bit when it comes to zone rotations. The bigger part of the zone, the more people, and the more people are going to get pushed to the line, and also taking in for account the hot drop zones. So he's in a good spot. He is central of the map. There should be a lot less people here than there are over here. And yeah, we'll just continue to see what he goes on from here. Right now, it just seems like he's farming materials. All right, so right now, he's going to go ahead and rotate away from this line again. He's actually taken a baller from this mountain here. And like I said earlier, a lot of players were going to be over in this area. And now because of zone, a lot of players are going to be here in this area now. So right when this zone closes, there's going to be a lot of people in this area. And as you can see, a little bit early on, the zone hasn't even started moving yet. He's going to start making his way towards the edge of the map, towards the least amount populated areas here. So that's very smart by him. He's still playing very, very safe. He actually has a ton of materials, and it seems like he's kind of stopping out, just looking for players. A few seconds ago, you did actually hear people next to him because they were getting pushed in from this zone. So he's going to continue to rotate, like I said, towards safer areas, which is going to be kind of this portion of the map right here. And yeah, I'll come back once something else happens again. All right, so our default bush is in a baller, and he is camping inside of a house in a pretty safe location, but I would suggest that he actually does stay more over in this area. So the zone did just come in, and he got super lucky. He is actually center of zone. This means that the next circle he will 100% be inside of. Now, he isn't exactly center of zone. Center of zone is right where I marked. But whenever you are in the middle of a zone, you will always get the next zone. This player is really playing for the win. He's playing very smart, very safe. He's really good at avoiding fights. And when you're going for the wins, that is exactly what you want. Very patient player. He's pretty much just going to sit here, I'm assuming, until he's forced to leave. A lot of players now. So if we're looking at the zone, a lot of players, because this is the biggest part of the map. There are going to be players in this area here, but there will be a lot of players getting forced into this edge because, like I said, this is the biggest part of the map, so it's most likely that there are more people in this area. So when this zone closes, this area is going to be a dangerous spot, and then also because hot drop was over in this direction, this area will always be a little bit of a dangerous spot. So staying to this area here between these two pins is probably going to be the safest, and mid zone, that works just as well. Alright, so Alfredo 197, zone is closing, and he will see the next circle very soon. He still has his baller down below. He started moving around and looking outside windows, and like I said, when you are in center of zone, you always get the next zone. You can definitely see that right now, that is actually very, very true. So we'll see what he does from here. He sees a few players. I think he saw a couple players like over here in this area. Someone just rotated across him. It looked like he's going towards that. You can hear him right now. Looks like he's actually right next to him. We'll see if anything starts to happen in just a second. There's a lot of people near him, and yeah, I'll come back when more action starts to happen. Alright, so a player just got out of a baller here and is go ahead and replace that wall. This player doesn't look the most skilled. Alfredo has a really nice pump switch. The problem is with this meta is pump switch is not super good anymore. If you have a combat, just keep doing the combat. Pump switch is really it's really just not effective like it used to be. So one thing that I would have suggested by Alfredo is instead of switching to his drum gun, he should have stayed on his pump / combat shotgun. He would have actually gotten another shot, which could have been about 80 damage, probably giving him an easy kill. He's boxed up here. He seems very mechanically skilled. I'm surprised at how safe he is playing. He's really going for that high win rate, and he's doing it very smart. Yeah, that player did get away from him, which was super unfortunate, but that was kind of Alfredo's fault. He needs to make sure he is shooting that combat shotgun instead of pump switching, which is very hard to get used to if you were good at pump switching, but it's something that you have to evolve to adapt to this meta. So he just popped that launch pad to kind of look for players, and he's going to go ahead and stay on this box pretty close to center zone, looking to see if he can just get any free shots. Looks like he's going to go ahead and try to make a play with his grenade launcher. He does hear fighting up there towards the north. He might be able to get a nice third party on. Hard to hit shots at that range, but that's just personal aim training that you have to get used to. He's in a very good spot right now. I really think that he can easily win this game. There is that default skin up there that was very vulnerable. He needs to make sure he's paying attention to that fight. There's not much else going on. No one can really snipe him from the angle that he is at. And there goes 3 people. I think one was sniped. Nope, those 2 shotgunned each other, and then a third party actually killed the other one, I believe. Unless there were 2 separate fights going on. But he's going to go ahead and stay in this area, probably grab his baller and rotate to that zone. Ballers are very good for zone rotation. They're very fast and usually very, very safe. If I were him, I would stay on top of that mountain right there. If he can stay on top of this mountain, he can watch players rotate in, get a lot of easy shots off on them, and then easily rotate towards the zone. He doesn't decide to do that. He goes for the airdrop, which is fine. But I think it would have been better to hold that natural high ground, as high ground gives you a huge advantage, and if it's natural high ground like a mountain, you can't shoot it out. So he's going to go ahead and box up, and we'll see what he does from here. I'll probably end up skipping a couple seconds or minutes if he just stands here. Alright, so my recording crashed, so I'm just right back here in replay mode, pretty much leaving off at almost exactly where we left off. There's not much left in this game. So pretty much what our boy Alfredo is doing is he's going to go for a nice grenade launcher play. He's absolutely... What I've learned from Alfredo here is he is a beast with the grenade launcher. He just picked up that easy kill, and then this player is trying to contest him on height. Alfredo takes really high ground here. He's not really aware of where his opponent is. He's going for some insane grenade launcher plays again. They're going to have to rotate to zone right now. So he's got great rotation mobility, and he's going to go ahead and take this natural high ground and see if he can get an angle on him in which he can get some easy kills off. The player's taking storm damage to get some better materials. Let me turn on damage effects really quick. High quality effects on, damage effects. There we go. I think he shot the player once for about 30 shield. That's what it sounded like to me. And the player's just tunneling, very smart by the opponent. And what? Oh, the opponent died to storm. He ended up getting that kill because he did tag the player. So this is pretty much like a picture-perfect game if you want to win. Like I said earlier, I was pretty much positive that this player was actually going to win that game. And just I knew he was good skilled. He was really safe and really patient. The biggest thing in Fortnite is patience. He won that game. He had the skill to beat all the players, and he didn't get himself involved in any 50-50 fights. There was not one fight that he jumped into an opponent's box and shotgunned. He played that super well. GG's Alfredo. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy these types of videos, this wasn't like... Usually I kind of expect these videos for a lot of people to be dying and a lot of people to be getting killed, but I mean, if you guys want more types of these videos, definitely let me know in the comments, and I'd love to make some. I think that was really enjoyable, and with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.